We'll use this one. So my Ganja wizard, for instance. Let's say we want to take the background out, but we don't have like a program that's going to do it. So magic select lets us closely encounter, get as close as you possible to what you want to keep, what you don't. If I wanted to get rid of like all this smoke, we would close it all in. Try to keep as much as you can, but to let it know what you're focusing in on, even if it's a very slight, subtle movement. Obviously don't go with the corners, it'll crunch it in and stuff like that. But now we have that, so let's go ahead and hit next, see what it's going to select. So magic select already did a pretty decent job. You can see what it's already shadowed out. That's what it's going to remove. The color is what it's going to keep. So obviously here, it's missing some of the leaves. Well, we have the pencil up here, and we have an eraser. It's on pencil by default. So let's click some of these areas and see if we can get them to fill in for us. Some of them will fill in with ease. Others you'll have to like fine tune, literally pixel dot for dot that bad boy. But this is the biggest reason I think many people just sleep on Paint 3D. This little tool right here is like the biggest lifesaver in the world, Easiest means for the most basic person to start editing, designing, or taking, current designs and making transparent stickers. This is what you would do. So if I wanted to make this a sticker, this is how I would do it. Like I said, some of these are a little bit harder because the shadow, or they might have blended in. You just want to try to have the system grab as much of it as you can, and it'll eventually start filling in, We might not be able to get all his little sparkles. We can try. There we go. So now it's everything that we wanted to cover into it. Nothing we wanted to remove. Now let's, if there was something that you added on accident, so let's add this. We don't want that on here. Hit your eraser and it will take it off, or you have to redraw the design. It can be a little bit more trickier sometimes, because the different textures will pull in eventually. So we're gonna go ahead and hit done. So what I like to do is, it's gonna load here. Alright, so now it has taken off the image. So first step, what I do if I want to design or use this as a design into something, or to save it as a file by itself, we have it now in sticker form. Technically, we're gonna make sure to keep it as a sticker, so make it as a sticker. Click that button. If you want to give it a matte, a gloss, a dull metal, or polished metal kind of little bit of effect, it's a very slight, subtle effect. I've never noticed it too drastic, but to each his own. I usually like to go like a polished metal or a gloss. And then from here, you would hit the check mark. So now we go to the menu, we're going to new, do not save the file, keep it blank. Now let's say we're going to go ahead and make this as a sticker. Switch the canvas. Younow sticker size is 400. 400. I would make transparent canvas so the background is automatically transparent. Now let's go over here to stickers. There's our image right there. Click that bad boy. Boom. Size it, grab from the angles and make it as much as you can in that box. And then if you need to make it a little bit wider, you could then pull from the sides. Overall, that's a pretty good fill-in. Now technically the concept and the color and the graphic of this design would be really good the way it is. I a lot of times always turn mine 3D, and so I'm zooming in pretty good. You should be able to see the reason why. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So if I hit 3D, you can see some of the pixels, but now when I hit it, It removed every single one of them pixels and turned it into a photograph, more or less. It made it a true image again. Now it's going to be a little oversized, so just kind of downsize it a bit to still fill into your canvas portion. And boom. Now that is completely transparent sticker that I could now technically save this file as it is, upload it here on Younow, and I have a Ganja Wizard sticker. It had an original background. I wanted to get rid of it. Technically this came from AI, so we created the design in AI, but we didn't like the way the background removal worked on the AI tool, because it took away some of the colors or some of the contrast, or didn't do it right. So you can do it in here. But yeah, Paint 3D. Do not sleep on the simple free app called Paint 3D. This can go for anything. So say there are images or characters that you like, you know, Sonic characters or something like that. You can go find images on the internet of Sonic characters. They'll have backgrounds and stuff with them. You're going to do the same concept, you know. Obviously, I do recommend try to take any stickers, emotes and stuff and make them something unique to yourself. Hand draw them yourself, or take the current design of that character and customize it something to your liking. So then that way it's a little bit more unique than just copy paste steal, you know. Just my personal opinion. But yeah, so this would be something really great, you know. This actually would have been a really good, I didn't even think about it, a really good pride sticker. And then if you wanted to add more in here, you could. Paint 3D has some decent little edit effects. Different fonts. If you have installed fonts, you can use them in here, which is really nice. Which I think I have some on this PC, maybe. Maybe I don't. Obviously that's really big, but look, it's a 3D version. So we click off of the basic concept, we have full range of it again. You can downsize it to your liking. See, as everything was 3D, we can pull this forward. We can control the images in 3D here. So now it would go, we're just going to make sure to fit it in our canvas. Let's try to make it as big as we can. And boom. Shrink it in a little bit so it's not going to get cut off. And there's a sticker we just made. Yeah, real easy. We literally made this in Paint 3D, you know? The image behind that was made in an AI website, Midjourney, if I remember right. This actually came from. But we could save this file. This file then can then upload into Younow, and that would be our thing. Would be our sticker. But yeah, you can change up the effects, you know, and they have their own little added things. So if you want to do shapes, they have different shapes. Gives you that concept. So there's things you want to cover out or frame in, give it a whole frame look. You know, you can do that. Let's say we want to give it as big as the frames we can. Well, we're going to make this a polished metal. Since it's 3D, I would go 3D to give you full range. And then you should be able to... Oh, it's a square, so it's not going to be able to. But if this was a true square, we would be able to then do that. It should be a true square, right? 400 by 400. Yeah, what the hell? Oh, I didn't make it initially, the size. That's my fault. There we go. So just fill it in within your canvas lines. It's a little off, it's okay. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and then shrink this in. Pull down our ganja smoke just a slight bit. So now the image kind of blends in a little bit more that way. So now we give it like a portrait effect. In a way, it's still, you can give it that squared look. This would look really nice actually as a sticker, because nice part about it is if it's being viewed on mobile or light mode screen, you're not actually getting a big huge blotchy white square. You're getting this kind of nice little frame effect that's gonna pop it on white mode, and then try to pull your actual design out better that way on white mode or mobile, you know, being viewed as. Obviously dark mode, this will be all filled in. This is gonna look flawless on dark mode, you know. Probably show you here. Let's do this. We'll fill in that square all black. Make this 3D. We'll pull it to the back. So that's an idea of what it would look like on dark mode, you know. So that's gonna pop out like a motherfucker, you know. Boom. Colorful, vibrant, great, good detail, you know. If it was the opposite, we could probably, I think we can back up. Yeah, let's undo. And perfect. Go ahead with another design. We'll do another one. Instead of that, we'll make it all white. Give the idea of what the white looks like. What I mean by white mode or mobile. That's what it's going to look like on mobile or white mode. So it's not as bad. You're actually given a predefined outline to that image. It's still showing that it's a square image, but you're not showing this. Now, instead of, you know, the white screen, you know what I mean? It's a choice of a white screen. So if people are viewing on dark mode, it's not going to still be a white square. You know, you're getting rid of that. That's all transparent technically. This does not exist when you do it this way. So that's a good way of looking at it when it comes to designing stickers. Try to look at it as both aspects, because most mobile users, unless they have it done in a different way or they're viewing it in a certain way, they don't have dark mode with the app whatsoever. So they're seeing their screen like this. So it's going to look a little bit better that way compared to it being always a black square. So now if they were to hop here on PC and watch the same stream, this is not what they're going to see. Instead, they would see, you know, the dark mode version of it, you know, behind it. Oh. God damn it. Make my life hard. That's what they're going to see, you know. So it's going to be a very defined, then now it looks like a pure graphicked out, you know, design. And it's not going to mesh, so it's all to a viewer's perspective at that point then, you know. Those are the things you kind of always want to look at, you know. I know it's easy just to leave a square, but aesthetically looking or pleasing or to draw in people to want to technically sub, you know, and want to use those stickers, you want it something that they're gonna like too, you know, when it comes to like the design creation. But yeah, so that's how I would go ahead and remove a background though. I personally always default to Paint 3D first when I'm always trying to remove a background. I feel it has the most fine-tuned, simplest way of doing it, and it allows you to get even finer tuned to doing it if there's certain areas that you're missing or didn't grab out or want to grab out or pull back into the image. You have that choice, where a lot of background removals are like, click here for background removal, and you'll click it, it'll process and do it, and then you can't go back and alter. You either have the choice of removing or bringing the background back. You know, you don't get those little fine-tuned alters on a lot of the apps out there. So some of them will have it where you can stencil around the character, and it does it that way and matches it, you know, perfectly to what you're wanting to try to keep. But it stems down, it comes from, again, this here, Paint 3D technically. But yeah, that's how I would do that. That's how I do that. Then you would go ahead and just hit menu, save. I would do save as image is what it is technically. If you want as a 3D model, you could save it, use it in vector files, whatever. Obviously up here, if you want it to be PNG, JPEG, any of your image changes are done here. Very similar to like Canva and stuff as well. That you want it to be a JPEG. Now keep in mind, JPEG will not get rid of the background. So see how it automatically added the white background? That's a true thing to keep in mind. So you want it to save as a JPEG, so let's go back. Oh, there. Make sure your transparency button's clicked. And then you would go ahead and save that file, upload it, wherever you're going to use it. So yeah, that worked out nice.